Mina on Nation FM 96.3 here in Nairobi, 101.5 in Mombasa. Oh, at Sawango, Mombasa, Mkopoa. Kisumu, 102.1, 102.7 in LD, Meru 93.9. I'm saying hello to every one of you, every single one of you listening, and to those of you watching as well. Hi, we're live on NTV. Fena, how you feeling today? I haven't seen you in a minute, babe. You good?
Haunimiss, haunitafuti, unipigi simu,
I swear
unijulie hali.
I was gonna call you, and this isn't one of those.
This is one of those.
It wasn't.
It's okay if it is.
No, it wasn't. Because, but my question was very different. My question was very different. But I wanted to ask you where you've been, what's going on. So where have you been?
I've been around, busy putting together, rolling out the album. It's the third album, so, and you know how like particular I am about these things, so just working in the trenches, trying to make things as perfect as possible. Yeah, so I feel like we're there, and now we're, the album is out, the people are enjoying the music. I'm back in my bag, so I'm really excited for this new season of music.
Yeah. And you seem happier too.
Yes, I am.
There's a dub in your steps.
I mean, come on. Yeah,
it's just every day.
Also, I'm happy to see you. I always have genuinely. A good time on air with you.
Yes. No, truly. We have some real love for one another.
Yes.
And I have some real love for that body of work as well. It sounds so different from, well, not really different. And I was just telling you this. It's like you've been giving us bits and pieces of this Fena over the years, and now you're like Pewa.
Yes. It's kind of reminiscent of my first body of work when it was just fresh and new soul and R&B, and then went through Unleashed and all the other singles and collabos, which were just tapping into different styles. And I'm diverse, I can do different things, but then now with this body of work, it's very concise. The sound, the sounds, the content, the intention of it is very like specific to this body of work. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's just growth, I guess.
It is growth. There should be a difference when we're listening to the first album. And now. Because so much has changed.
Yes.
The money has changed.
Yes, hopefully so.
And the production, the producers, working with the right producers helps, the artists, I think, sort of like bring their talent out in a way that other producers might not be able to do. Yeah. Who do you find yourself gravitating towards all the time, and why?
So I Logos Music, obviously, we've had a very long relationship with him. He brings out a side of me that's a bit fun and light. He allows me to experiment, and I think I push him as well to experiment. Wodomolo brings out my soft, soulful side. Then I did a song with DTX for the first time, which was kind of pop and like electro vibes. I have a remix Vaccine, a Future House remix with Mike Mwema. I just met him. He's amazing in EDM. And then who else is on the album? Gitwamba produces a lot for Heart the Band. He has that real authentic Kenyanese sound. So I got one of those on the album as well. But most of it is, I just love that everyone kind of sat in their nice corner and it all came together very cleanly.
Yes. Oh, because they're all doing something different.
I actually had to put them in a room after we'd been recording. I got them in a listening session where they all got to listen to each other's work on the album. So as they're going home to fine tune, even just the DNA of the music kind of stays the same throughout the project. And also just I feel like producers also need to be given their flowers as well. So getting them in a room and appreciating their work was also really cool.
There's some shy producers, and then there are other producers who want to be all up, and they're in that jam, whether you like it or not. In the music video, at the beginning, the middle, and the end. And I know you've seen those producers. We will be seen, we shall be
must be seen.
And then there are others who are quiet and they just want to take that back seat and you shine. Let me just be on this other side. But producers actually make a lot of money. They may not be recognized easily on their faces, but in established markets and industries, they're making bank.
Crazy.
Is that happening here?
I wouldn't speak for them, but I would imagine not as much as they should. Because we don't have systems to even track us as songwriters and performers, our royalties, etc. So I can only imagine for producers, like where do they get to pick their royalties from? So if they're under a good publisher, yes, possibly, but hopefully that the artists who pay them to do the tracks, they get to do a lot of work, so they get paid anyway. Yeah.
All right, now in case you just started watching, hello, hi. This is World Music Day. Yes. What up? And I'm here with Fena, Gitu. My name is Amina. To those of you listening to us on radio, this is so cool. This is so interesting to sort of like balance two things that I love so much. But if you are listening at Nation FM on social media, the hashtag is NTV World Music Day. If you have any questions for Fena, do let me know. If you have any jams that you want D-School to play for you, by the way, because I've paid. I have already paid. I did, right? Nilikutumia kakiru.
Ni kazi na tuma request. Niko job.
Yeah, uko job. Chapa kazi, D-School. Chapa kazi. Now, before you joined us, Fena, we were here with Angela.
Okay.
Mwandanda.
Yes.
And she was, talking about ownership and music ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay if I ask if you own your music?
Yes, I do.
You own your music?
Yeah.
Now, in the words of J. Cole, that could not have been easy.
Yeah.
Because you're doing everything yourself, meaning that you shouldn't even be put on the same level as a lot of other musicians who have labels, because they have a whole machine.
Right.
Meanwhile, you have Fena.
Yeah. I'm a beast.
How did you even decide? Were you signed before?
No, I've never been signed.
Ulichanuliwa na nani?
Nimejichanua. Ni industry imenicanua. Because, this is my 13th year. So in 13 years, you make many mistakes and you learn a lot. But from the jump, I always knew I wanted to own my music, which is why every time a label approached me, I'd consider it, but then I'd end up not signing because the terms just felt like I'm just in debt to someone else. Why not just be in debt to myself? So I reinvest in my work, and hopefully I get to put other kids on. So I just created my own machine. Yeah.
That is, how did you even think of it though? Because a lot of the times, once you're burnt, then you think, oh, okay, I can't do this anymore. Let me, maybe take a different route. This isn't clearly working for me. But you decided this from the jump?
Yeah. I've always known, I've always known I'm a musician. I had no other choice. Even if I studied whatever I did, IR, psychology, music has always been the driving force. So even when I fail, it's like, okay, now we failed this way, let's try this other way and see if it works. But I tend to not give up easily, so I just keep pushing. And there's always a new challenge in every new level, so we have to keep pushing. Yeah.
You have to keep pushing. Now, I know you have been seeing the whole Grammy debate.
Yes.
And that, we're now Genge, because Genge was the genre that was listed.
Right.
But what are your thoughts, man? First of all, it's taken long. I think that musicians should have been at least nominated, because we've had some really phenomenal artists come out of this game.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts about it?
I think it's a big step for Africa, for Kenya especially. I don't mind it. I don't even think I'm that attached to, they've only picked Genge. They've picked a Kenyan category.
Yeah.
However, what happens to every other genre in the country that, is worthy of the recognition? But for me, I think if one person makes it there, we kind of all make it there. So I'm hoping Love, Art, Lust is nominated for a Grammy. You know what I mean? So I don't know under which category though. Afro fusion, is there such a thing?
It will still be Genge. We will be under the Genge.
So meaning Genge basi to the core. Through and through.
But I like that. I like your perspective.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people always view it as it's either me,
them or me.
Yes. It's very selfish. That approach is very selfish. And I've seen so many people comment on this and talk about how Nigeria is different and they're more unified and they don't look at things the way we do, where it's me, I win, Fena wins, whoever's winning, but we're all just winning individually.
Yeah.
But it's not together.
I've always even been of the opinion that, when Nigerian music was the only thing playing in Kenya, of course I felt some type of way, but also those guys really put in work.
They do.
You can't hate on something good, even if you want to hate on it. So us guys, it's up to us to pull up our socks and try and compete on that level. There's so many challenges around that, but we have good sounds, we have good artists. People are really putting in work. I believe at some point itajipa, like